Hey you guys, Steph here. How's it going? Thank you so much for joining for my live demo. Tonight we're going to be doing enchiladas, as I mentioned. So this is going to be one of the meal solutions that I have been talking up so much. Love it so much. I actually haven't tried this one yet, so I'm super excited to try it out with you guys. Hey Linz, I'm sorry. I know it's so early there. You're probably just getting off work. And I'm starved to pieces over here in Nova Scotia. It's 7 o'clock. We haven't had supper yet, but I'm happy that we could find a compromise, and I'm really glad that you guys could join me, like I said. So I think this is going to be a pretty quick one. I was actually just reading the recipes. So if you guys don't know this already, on the back of all these little meal solutions, it has everything from nutritional content, prepped and unprepped. It's got all of the ingredients, and it also has instructions in English and French. So once you open up this package, don't throw it out, as I have done in the past, and then you're reaching back into the garbage can. Oh my goodness, it smells like a Mexican wonder. And I read earlier that there's actually cinnamon in here. I can smell the cumin for sure. Cumin. How do you guys say it? Let's see here. I just want to see it. Okay. So we're going to get started, you guys. So in a 4-cup microwavable bowl, we're going to whisk in mix and 3 tablespoons of tomato paste and a 1.5 cups of water. So I'm actually just opting to use a 4-cup measuring thingy, measuring cup, because I'm realizing I don't have any big microwavable bowls. That's definitely something I'm going to have to get. Funny enough, Epicure has a 4-cup prep bowl, which is basically a bigger size version of these little prep bowls. So I'm a huge fan of these. They came in the consultant kit, and I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw them, I thought, I have a crap load of little bowls. I don't think it's going to be necessary, but I actually really like them with the lids on them, and for all the dips and things that we've been making, we use them all the time. So as I said, now I'm just doing the 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. And it's kind of a sin. I was just saying to Gavin, my boyfriend, that, like, what a waste. That's a whole can of tomato paste, and I'm only just using 3 tablespoons of it. So, and a cup and a half of water. Just bear with me here. How are you doing out there, you guys? Linz, how's Cold Lake treating you? Probably a big change, hey? So for those of you who don't know, Lindsay and I met through work, and I'm very grateful that we did. Lindsay, you're an awesome girl, and I really appreciate your support with all this, and I hope you're having fun with the week. It's going to be even more fun when you get all of your host rewards, and I just found out, this is how I'm going to tell you, is that you're getting extra rewards. So anybody who's hosting in March, I'll send the deets out in the group, but surprise, congratulations, you're going to get some extra stuff. Okay, so in here we literally just have the seasoning, 3 tablespoons of tomato paste, and a 1.5 cups of water. So now I'm going to microwave it uncovered for 2 minutes or until thickened. So I'm going to throw it in for probably 1:45 just because my microwave is hardcore, and I have learned that the hard way. Not to mention, imagine that mess. So, and it even says here on the packages, guys, that cooking time may vary based on microwave wattage. So next we're going to whisk in once it comes out, I'm going to whisk in 1 tablespoon of coconut oil and juice of half of a lime. So I've talked about this guy a couple times. It's a citrus juicer that I didn't think that I needed. I didn't miss it. I've been hand juicing citrus forever and ever, and this is probably my 4th or 5th time using this sucker this week. And in that same token, it's calling for lime, but I've used all my lime on all my previous meals. So we're just gonna go ahead with some lemon. It's fine. And that's the beauty of this Epicure stuff, you guys, is that it's just so versatile, honestly. For whatever vegetables that these recipes call for, you can basically use whatever you like. Yeah, so like I said, when that comes out, I'm going to put that in. 2 cans of unsalted black beans. I only have 1 can right now. I have to go get another can. But while we're waiting for that, I actually just wrote down a couple ideas that I found on the Epicure website for this recipe. So again, versatility is the name of the game. It's amazing. So like the actual enchiladas, look how good that looks. So we're going to be doing it with black beans. We're going to do vegetarian option. My boyfriend doesn't know that yet. But I also found that you can do enchilada soup, which obviously is amazing. So any recipes that you guys are looking for, you can actually find them on the Epicure site, like I said. So enchilada soup, like yes please. There was both regular and sweet potato enchilada soup. I love both of those things. You can do enchilada flavored chicken, so you just use it as a rub on your chicken. You can put the seasoning into rice, make like enchilada flavored fried rice. And as I mentioned, we're going to be doing these guys in the microwave. So I actually have the oven preheated as well. And that's just because after I pull it out, I'll probably stick them in the oven just to crisp them up a little bit. So this is the multi-purpose steamer. Before I put anything in it, I want you guys to see it. So it's pretty deep and it's pretty sturdy, honestly. There is a round super steamer as well that apparently is a little bit more sturdy than this guy is, which is a little bit better if you're making soups out of it. But this thing, I've honestly used it every night this week. I used it last night because I was making, what did I do last night? Tandoori chicken curry, and I did my rice in the microwave in this. It was amazing. So again, they said 2 minutes or until it thickens up. I don't know what. You can see that we could probably do. I think I'm going to stick it in for another 15, 20 seconds. And while that's going, I'm going to go and grab another can of black beans because I only have 1. I'm so sorry. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. How about being prepared, eh? So, something that we've been talking a little bit in our party this week, guys, is meal prepping and organization and being a little bit prepared. Of course, I'm out of breath now. I just flew up and down a big staircase. And that's everything. So, that's something that Epicure has done for me. It's helped me with my stress level because I come home from work and I know exactly what I'm going to have for supper every night. I'm just going to leave you there. I'm going to drain these guys out. So I hope you can hear me, but on the back of the instructions it does say drained and rinsed black beans. And whatever is in this can of them. There's a lot of stuff. Okay, so that's my second can of black beans. I'm going to pull my sauce out of the microwave. So as I said, a lot of the meals actually complement each other. So for example, for this guy, I mean, it doesn't call for any sour cream, guac, salsa, nothing specifically, because we are doing this enchilada sauce. It smells amazing. Like I said, I can actually smell the cinnamon and the cumin in there. It doesn't call for any guac or salsa, but I do always have some on hand, and that's just because we're huge snackers in our house. So and I can't keep up with buying stuff at the grocery store. So one of my first thoughts of Epicure was that everything was a little bit expensive, and now I'm realizing how much I actually get out of all of it. So I'm not sure if you had a chance to see the picture that I had put up earlier of my ice cream scoop and the guac balls that I had made. So I made these last week. I used a lot of guac. I actually just received this in the mail yesterday. This is probably our fourth jar in the last couple of weeks. It's kind of embarrassing. But like I said, I made these guac balls last week, and I popped them out of the freezer just before I started this video so that they could thaw out. And we're just going to have some on the side with our enchiladas. And like I said, these are amazing for like single serve portions at work, and for snack time. It kind of has been helping me with my portion control a little bit, because I'm the devil for the nighttime snacking, I'm not gonna lie. Sorry, sidetracked. So 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. Of course, I had my coconut oil in the deepest, darkest depths of my kitchen. I'm just going to opt for a smaller spoon right now. So, in my experience, the Costco coconut oil, this Kirkland giant jar of it, is the best bang for your buck, like most things Costco. Is there anybody out there that has had Costco coconut oil, or do you guys use coconut oil? What's your oil of choice at home? Can you guys just shoot me a message just to confirm you're seeing me and all is well? But like I said, what you would pay for this jar of coconut oil at Costco is about the same price as what you would pay for one not much bigger than this in the grocery store. So put that in there. For those of you who have never cooked with coconut oil, it's actually solid at room temperature, but it's melting very quickly now that I'm putting it in the hot sauce. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to juice my lemon into this thing. It's a little bit high for me. And as I said, it calls for a lime. It's all good. We're going to use lemon. Same thing. Same thing, like the Newfies say. And I'm realizing that the sauce is literally the most time-consuming of this whole recipe. And by time-consuming, I mean it literally has taken 2 minutes to make. So, pretty cool. I know that a lot of you guys in the group have concerns with, time of prep, of course. We're all busy. We work long days. Lots of you guys have kids. I can absolutely understand that. And we want to feed our families good, healthy, nutritious meals. And something that the kids actually want to eat, let's be real. Okay, so we're on to the next step already. So place beans in multi-purpose steamer and add half of a cup of sauce. Okay, so I've got my 2 cans of beans. Started out with 1, but we fixed that pretty quickly. And I just want to thank you guys again for joining. Like, this is so cool for me. What an opportunity that we are literally on the other side of the country from each other right now. Totally many time zones away, and we're still able to connect through food and technology. So that's definitely one of the many things that Epicure's done for me. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but I've only been doing this for a month. This is actually only my second month as a consultant. So I'm open to suggestions or feedback or, I don't know, anything that you guys would like to see. Of course, if there's anyone out there who's interested in hosting, as I mentioned earlier, March is the month to do that. And I'll put some deets up on the group later on. Okay, so we put the beans. Oh, it called for half a cup of sauce, and I just put all the sauce in the beans. I got caught up talking. Oh my. Leave it to me, yay. You know what? That's just how we're going to do it right now. My boyfriend's gonna kill me, because he always makes fun of me for not following directions. Oh yes, that's fine, that's fine. I'm gonna throw the whole thing in. See? No harm, no foul. I'm gonna put the whole thing in for 2 more minutes into the microwave. See? It's all good. Same ingredients. They're all going to the same place. I'm no stranger to messing up because I'm too busy talking. But thank you for your patience. So they're in there, and then when they come out, I'm going to mash them, divide the bean mixture, and 3/4 of a cup of grated cheese. Best part. So I don't know about you guys, but shredding cheese is one of my least favorite things to do in the kitchen. So I finally just gave in a little while ago and started buying grated cheese, and I haven't looked back yet. So 3/4 of a cup. Yeah, like I'm gonna eyeball this now that everything else is a little bit backwards. That's okay. And you can never have too much cheese, in my opinion. Okay, so we are going to have to MacGyver this a little bit, just because I mixed the order up a little bit. But like I said, all good. We've got bigger issues in the world right now than the order of this. So I'm going to coarsely ground the beans when they come out, and then I'm actually just going to throw them back in this guy for now, because we're actually going to be rolling the enchiladas themselves up into the steamer and then doing them in the microwave. So Karen, I'm not sure if you had missed it, but I did say earlier that we're just going to be doing the enchiladas. We're cooking them in the microwave, in the steamer. So when we do that, they're going to go in for 6 to 8 minutes. And like I said, I'm probably going to shoot for 7 in the middle, just because my microwave is intense. And then I'm going to probably pop them into the oven for a couple minutes at the end, just to crisp them up. Now, not necessary, but we have somebody in this house that is a little bit more picky about the texture of things. So one thing that I do love and appreciate, something else about the steamer, is that it's got really good grips on the bottom. Of course, if something were to go into the microwave for a longer period of time, like for instance last night I did my rice. I did my rice for, I think it was 9 minutes. I definitely used my oven mitts to take it out, just to be safe, because remember, it is a steamer and it's easy to get burned, so you have to be super careful. Hey, I'm super happy that everyone is here. Thanks for coming. Any feedback? Had any thumbs up or anything? Am I missing anything on the chat? What are you guys having for supper tonight? I know it's 20 after 4 in in Alberta right now. So as I said, these are just going to be super coarsely ground, or whatever this is that I'm doing. And like I said, I'm going to dump it back into my... I made this more complicated, you guys, than it has to be. This is me trying to show you an easy demo and I messed it up, but that's okay. Like I said, pick your battles, right? I'm just going to rinse this out. So when I say that the silicone cookware is easy to clean, I'm really not joshing. I just gave it a rinse and let's go to school. So it's awesome. Linz, you are having chili that you froze before. That's awesome. I mean, chili is a major win this time of year, and we do the same. We freeze a lot of our leftovers, so that's something that we do, and I would highly recommend anybody to do it, that if you can, make a little bit extra for supper, and then your leftovers you can have for lunch. Or if you're cooking for one, you know, instead of eating the same old thing all week long, you can freeze what you have and then mix it up a little bit, because I don't know about you guys, I cannot eat the same thing for a whole week. Okay, here we go. So, divide bean mixture and 3/4 cup of grated cheese. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this here. I'm gonna put the cheese down. I'm trying to decide what sort of utensil I should use. I'm gonna use this big spoon. Do you guys have a favorite kitchen utensil? I'm still playing around, I'm not gonna lie. I'm still trying to figure out what my favorite one is. So, okay, so this is, I don't know if you guys can see that very well. This is what I'm working with right now. So it's just the wrap, some cheese, and then the sauce and beans. Now I'm actually going to have to put some sauce over top afterwards. Again, that was my mess up, but it's all good. All good. It's going to taste the same. So you wrap these guys up. I'm afraid to put too much in there, I'm not going to lie. So wrap it, and then it says that you put them seam down into the steamer. So like I said, this is new for me too, you guys. And I can guarantee if I wasn't yakking, I wouldn't have screwed up the order of it. But I'm going to stop harping on that and just enjoy myself. I hope you guys are having fun. Okay, number 2. I'm realizing I can probably put a lot more cheese because this is divided into 4. Now, like anything, you could go add more veg in here if you wanted to. If it were up to me, we would have tons of veggies in everything. If it were up to my boyfriend, we wouldn't have veggies in anything. So, here's a compromise. So, rolling, rolling, rolling. If you guys have ever rolled anything, there's all kinds of tricks. I just do it this way so that they don't come out the bottom. Cheese. There we go. So now that I've seen those other options too, I think I'm definitely going to be trying the enchilada soup. That calls to me, definitely. There we go. There's number 3. And we've got room for one more in there. Now that I'm looking at the amount of beans, I'm not gonna lie, I probably would have been okay with the 1 can. And I found out the other night, oh, we made the donaires, and they were incredible. If anybody's ever had donaires before, I went in as a huge skeptic because I've never even heard of homemade donaires, much less made them. But Epicure has they also have a recipe for East Coast donaire sauce. And it was foolish, my friends. Highly recommend. But the recipe calls for 2 packages of ground beef, I think it was, which ended up being a lot. And we ended up freezing some of the leftover meat because there was just no way for us to eat it all. But on each of the packages, it actually says, most of them are made for 4 servings. We normally have bigger helpings in this house, but it's 4 healthy servings for sure. Okay, so we've got them made. I'll show you here what we're looking at. Frozen, there we go. Okay, so here are our enchiladas in the steamer. So top with remaining sauce and a 1/4 cup of cheese, and then microwave for 6 to 8 minutes. So, sorry friends, I need to get like a little, well, I guess I have one, a headset with a GoPro, but it'd be super cheesy. So I'm just gonna kind of drain here. Drain my beans so that I'm just getting some sauce. I'm super excited for this. Okay. And top with cheese. Again, if anybody doesn't buy pre-grated cheese, kudos to you, because work smarter, not harder, as far as I'm concerned. And I've also been known to grate my knuckles. So it's also a safety issue in my house. Okay, here we go. So we're going into the microwave for 7 minutes. And so, what time is it? We're looking at, it's been 27 minutes. Now, of course, I talked. I ran downstairs. I got another bowl of black beans. We talked about the guacamole. I didn't talk about the poco picante. But that is something that I have always on hand, always made. I'm going to be just having it on the side tonight. That's this guy here. It's just homemade salsa mix. But be fair warned, it does have a bit of kick to it. I'm super weak to spicy stuff, and this definitely has some kick, but it's delicious. So these guys, the guac, the poco picante, super multifunctional, just like anything else, and I always have it made. Again, my little guac balls are starting to thaw out, so I'm just gonna let that go for 7 minutes, and then of course I will say goodbye to you guys in the meantime, and then when I get it all plated and we dig into it, I will be sure to give you updates on how it goes. So there is 5 minutes and 45 seconds left. So that's all that was to it. So I encourage you guys, give these options a try, man. Like, I have all kinds. Every night this week we've been doing a different Epicure meal. And even though I've been eating Epicure almost every single night for the last month, there's still so much that I haven't tried. And we're still in the winter-spring catalog. And in 2 months, the spring-summer catalog is going to be coming out. So the products are constantly rotating over. So I will be sure to let you guys know how this goes. So you can see here in the picture, it looks like a little bit of sour cream. I actually have plain Greek yogurt that I'm going to be using as a substitute, just to try and go a little bit healthier. But my boyfriend thinks that it's sour cream. He doesn't know the difference. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me, you guys. I will give you a God-honest review when this is all done, because it's kind of become one of our favorite things to do. But again, thank you for supporting. Thank you for joining Lindsay's cooking class, and thanks for joining the live video. If you guys, honestly, if you want to see me demo anything else, I have a few of the products and things now. So I've been playing around. Of course, I'm still building my collection as well. But any questions, please don't be shy. Linz, it was my pleasure, my darling. Thank you for having me. And don't forget to get your orders in, guys, because that's going to be closing in the next couple days. So thank you so much. I hope you guys are safe and warm out there in Alberta, and sending all of my love from Nova Scotia. Mwah. Cheers. Have a good evening.